It is a time of war. Monsters and creatures ravage the lands, killing Earth's mortals, while the heavens are confronted by hordes of demons. A man meditated in a cave for spiritual understanding and power to bring peace on Earth and the heavens. However, a demon also began meditating. Both were unaware of the other, but one would become China's Jade Emperor. And this is Legends from the Pacific. Aloha, and thank you for joining us. This is Legends from the Pacific, episode 71, China's Jade Emperor. I am Kamuela Kaneshiro, a native Hawaiian professional writer, speaker, and Comic-Con panelist with extensive film and television experience. I study mythology, I've encountered unusual things, and I'm a geek. To celebrate Halloween 2021, I'll be sharing one of my unusual paranormal investigations. But you can hear one of my first paranormal encounters now for free by joining our email list. So sign up today. Later in this episode, your featured song and Hawaiian word, but first, the Jade Emperor. His exact origins are unknown, and there is a lot of theories behind this popular deity. So brace yourself for this origin story-packed episode. He is known by many names, but the Jade Emperor is his most common. He is one of China's most powerful gods and a central figure of Taoism. Some believe he came into being when the universe was first created. Others speculate the Jade Emperor was a minor or unknown deity, and some claimed he was a mere mortal who obtained the godly title through luck. One of these latter stories claimed after the mortal died, he joined others. An entity selected spirits to fill the afterlife's bureaucratic system. The entity saved the powerful role of Jade Emperor for himself, so when it was all that remained, the entity was offered the position. The entity showed humility by saying, "Wait a second." But "wait a second" was the Jade Emperor's mortal name. The mortal seized the opportunity and became the Jade Emperor. One of the Jade Emperor's more intriguing stories involve him being the product of immaculate conception. There was a childless elderly king who became sick. His wife, the queen, prayed for an heir to the throne. Her wish was granted, and she gave birth to a son. He quickly learned how to walk, speak, and was known for his compassion and patience. When the king died, his son ascended the throne and grew the empire in a short time. But he wasn't interested in ruling. He renounced the throne and went off to meditate. He cultivated Tao, attained immortality, godhood, and became the Jade Emperor. If you drew parallels between this story and Jesus, you're not alone. For you see, Christians were astounded to learn of the Jade Emperor's immaculate conception. As you can imagine, Christians criticized the Jade Emperor's immaculate conception while favoring Jesus' story. But I digress. Some theorize the Jade Emperor is a successor and his master was the original Jade Emperor. You see, the original Jade Emperor was a deity who was one of 3 pure ones. He selected his assistant to succeed him, but this goes further, with some saying the second Jade Emperor is seeking a worthy successor, and others speculate the mantle was passed in the 19th century Common Era to China's god of war. For the record, that's China's god of war, Guan Yu, and not Kratos. That would make an interesting addition to the video game franchise. The Jade Emperor is said to have vast power, but he does have flaws. Centuries ago, a drought ravaged the lands. Crops withered, animals suffered, and people begged for rain. 4 dragons saw enough and went to the Jade Emperor for help. The Jade Emperor was busy running all the realms, but promised he'd send rains the following day. The dragons departed, but the Jade Emperor forgot. As the dragons waited for the promised rains, the people started dying. The horrified dragons decided to gather water and make it rain. The joyful people sent praises to the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor heard this, but was angry with the dragons for intervening without his consent. He commanded the mountain god to trap the 4 dragons. The dragons were entombed, but 4 rivers sprang up. These rivers ensured the people would never be without water again. The following is the Legends from the Pacific original story and is based on cultural records. The demon completed his 3,000th trial, woke from his meditation, and left his cave. Much changed since he began his meditation, but the war continued. He amassed an army of demons and began his campaign to become the universe's supreme ruler. The mortals were no match for the skilled demon, and he took half his armies to the heavens to begin the final battle. The gods mistook the demon as just another fiend, but his abilities were unmatched. The gods struggled to keep up with the demon and banded together to do their best for the realm. The man woke from his meditation and left his cave. Much changed since he began his meditation, but the war continued. Demons attacked a group of humans nearby. He raced to them and quickly dispatched the fiends. "Thank you for saving us," a mortal said. "You are welcome," the man said. "I thought the demons fought in the heavens." They did, but a powerful demon left them here while he and the rest of his army dealt with the gods. Thunder erupted in the heavens. The man scanned the land. "Your path is clear. You may return home." His eyes glowed. He blurred, then vanished. He appeared on the celestial plane. Bodies of fallen heavenly warriors and demons littered his surroundings. Miles away, the demon lowered his fist towards a god's head. The demon stopped, looked over his shoulder, and the man punched the demon's face. The demon shook his head and smiled. "I was getting bored. This ends now, demon. Surrender and tell your armies to stand down." The demon unleashed a fury of attacks. The man dodged them and punched the demon through a wall. The demon snarled and attacked. The man dodged his attacks. Prayers from a mountaintop village perked his ears. He evaded the demon's punch, then faced the village. The demon's soldiers were about to execute several children. The man blocked the demon's knee, then kicked him. The demon's body flailed to earth and smashed into his soldiers. Parents hurried their kids away. The demon leapt for them. The man appeared and punched the demon. The demon was knocked off the mountain into the center of his approaching army. He impacted the ground with an explosion. Dust rose and covered several miles around. The man appeared beside the demon. "You can't defeat me," the demon gasped. "I passed 3,000 trials. I am that much more powerful." The man nodded. 3,000? I completed 3,200. The demon surrendered. The man established peace on earth and the heavens and became the Jade Emperor. You can support us by getting 2 or 3 of your friends to listen to our show. This simple request goes a long way in helping us grow our show. Today, he is seen on spirit money or hell money, which is burned for ancestors. The Jade Emperor's birthday is celebrated on the 9th day of the lunar calendar. A crater on Saturn's moon, Rhea, is named after the Jade Emperor. He has appeared in many anime and manga, along with the television series Stargate SG-1. Tabletop gamers may know of the Jade Emperor from the Call of Cthulhu card game, which featured the expansion The Curse of the Jade Emperor. There are several Asian deities who are considered the Jade Emperor's counterparts, but that's a story for another time. It's interesting how the Jade Emperor has vast limitless powers, but his flaws can get the better of him. It's like he's a flawed mortal who acquired power. Sort of like if Ant-Man or Spider-Man got the Infinity Gauntlet, but never fixed their flaws. What are your thoughts? Click the feedback link in our show notes and let me know who you think would be an amusing comic book character to get the Infinity Gauntlet. Deadpool would be interesting and very disturbing. If you feel our show deserves 5 stars, please give us that rating, write a review, and share Legends from the Pacific with your friends and family. I'd really appreciate it. A big mahalo nui loa to Ashton. Ashton is one of our younger listeners who took the time to write in. Thank you very much for your email, Ashton. I hope you continue enjoying our show. You can join Ashton and others who send me emails by clicking our feedback link in our show notes. You can also use this link to send me your unusual experiences to share on our show. Our theme song is Mystery by Tavana, courtesy of High Sessions. Sound effects are by Sound Effects Factory. Our music coordinator is Matt Duffy, aka DJ Triple Bypass. Links and show notes can be found on our website, legendsfromthepacific.com, including a link to your featured song, which is Restless by Craig Chi and Sarah Maisel, courtesy of High Sessions. Legends from the Pacific was written, produced, and edited by me, Kamuela Kaneshiro. I also wrote our original stories. Your featured Hawaiian word is no ono o. No ono o means concentrate, think, reflect, or meditate. An example of no ono o is learning takes a lot of no ono o. Once again, no ono o is Hawaiian to concentrate, think, reflect, or meditate. Thank you once again for listening. Mahalo and a hui ho.
Pushed around, apprehending and let downtown, and I can't help it if I'm out of sight, 'cause I'm restless tonight.